As you know, I'm always encouraging you to make the shift to having a both and mindset. And the way to think about that is learning to sit with the fact that two things can be equally true. That things that seem like a contradiction can both be true. That paradox is something you need to get more comfortable with. All of these types of ideas are at the heart of the both and mindset. And today, what I want to share with you has actually been inspired by a question I got asked by someone where they were struggling with what they felt was a contradiction in the ideas I was presenting and how that sort of played out or made sense to them when they looked at the world around them in the business space. So here was the question that I got asked today. This person said, if the roots of business aren't focused on profit maximization, and if you're right that it is deeply human to actually want to do good and make money, then why are there so many examples of business leaders who reflect all of the worst qualities of humanity and behave so badly? So this was the question that I got asked today. And so many things came to my mind when I was thinking of how to respond to it. Because there are layers and there are, depending on the situation, there can be a whole range of reasons why people behave badly and why business leaders behave badly. But what I decided to sort of focus in on in my response was three of the main reasons why I think we still see this reflection of the worst of humanity and bad behaviour coming up in many business leaders. And so I want to share those three things with you today. Let me just at a high level tell you what they are. The first is I'm going to focus around power and the misunderstandings of power. The second is I'm going to look at incentives in terms of the incentives we use to drive behaviour in business. And the third is around the tendency towards action and achievement that is present for us as business leaders. So they're the three chunky areas that formed my response to the question. And I want to run through those with you today. Not in a massive amount of detail. I don't want to overwhelm you because they're actually three really huge topics in and of themselves. But I want to give you the sort of dot points, the highlights in each of those areas as a way to plant some seeds and get you thinking about those areas, whether they are things that you're seeing in business leaders, whether they're things that you have seen in yourself, in your own behaviour at different points. And then importantly, beyond just sharing this with you today in the podcast, whether you're listening to this or watching the video, what I would love is for you, once you have a chance to reflect on that, is to actually join the conversation. Whether that's coming over onto LinkedIn and engaging with me there related to the newsletter or some of my posts, or whether it's commenting in YouTube, whatever works best for you. I want to spark a conversation here because I know from the private conversations I'm having with people like you who are business leaders, who are established, who are running organizations that are doing well in terms of they're established, they're profitable, they're functioning well, they look successful from the outside. But the leaders are grappling with how do they embrace a rapidly changing business environment, rapidly changing expectations, and a world where the role of business and the ideas surrounding that are changing rapidly.